guys, it's Haley and welcome to another bookish video. Today we are starting a wintry, Christmassy horror vlog. I already filmed a wintry thriller vlog. If you missed that one, I will link it up above and down below. This time we are getting into some winter horror. This is going to be my TBR for this vlog. We have Candy Cane Kills by Brian McCulley, which I'm already into and I cannot wait to tell you my thoughts about. We have Ghost Camera by Darcy Coates. And we have Cold Snap by Lindy Ryan. All of these horror books are a little bit cold, a little bit Christmassy, a little bit atmospheric, and I'm so excited to get into them. Perfect for the season. I already started earlier today, Candy Cane Kills. This is a vintagey vibe slasher about a family that goes to stay in an isolated snowy cabin for Christmas, and while they're visited by Candy Cane, who is a religious, over-the-top and violent character who committed a huge family slaughter way back in the day, and the house where that massacre took place has been renovated into the cabin where this family is staying now. So Candy Cane has been raised and is back for another family massacre. I am 50 pages in and we've already gotten a couple fun, very Christmassy type of kills, not involving candy canes, but involving things like Christmas lights and Christmas presents and singing fa la 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 as a murder is taking place. It is all the Christmassy vibes that I could want, and some fun, no thoughts, head empty slashing, and with a side of family drama and not too deep, but commentary, because the son in this family is grappling with coming out as gay, and I really am appreciating the LGBT rep. And the daughter in the family actually has like early onset arthritis, like childhood arthritis. It said the actual term in here, but I am forgetting it now. And I love the disability representation as well. They are really interesting, compelling characters. They have a really intense family dynamic, and it's like fun Christmas vibes and the gory slasheriness that I love. Like, so far this is shaping up to be exactly what I want. Cannot wait to get more into this on sprints. I'm sprinting right now on Patreon, so let's go ahead and read some more of this and I'll let you know what I'm thinking. Hello vlog, it's a little bit later on sprints and I am now about 100 pages into Candy Cane Kills. We've gotten all of the lore of the killer, including some found VHS footage, which is very like early 2000s, 90s of the book, which I believe it's set in, I don't know what year, but it's definitely giving Y2K. So I like that. I like the whole like snuff film on a vintage camcorder vibe. The kills are still like really fun, but I actually do feel slightly invested in the characters, so I'm like kind of sad when some of them die. I'm like, wait, I know this is just a fun little slasher and it's gonna be over so quick, but also like these characters are more compelling than the usual slashers that I read. So I'm really liking it. I'm having a great time. It's reading fast and easy. Yeah, we're just rocking along on sprints. I have Aspen with me now and we have a little Christmas theme and we're just having a good little chill Sunday. I just finished this book. It was literally so good. I am obsessed with this. I'm gonna be real. I was like, this is a stupid little kitschy like Christmas horror, but like no, it was genuinely so good. Like, this is one of my favorite slashers. I'm so obsessed with it. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna give this 4.5 out of 5 stars. If you're looking for Christmas horror, like, this is perfect. This is perfect. There was a little side dish of religious trauma commentary, and that's all we needed. Everything else was no thoughts, head empty. I really liked all the kills. It was fun. The ending 2 chapters were like perfect. Set it up for a sequel in the best way possible that didn't make me go like, okay, come on, a sequel. Like, no, it was nostalgic and horror tropey in the best way, and I love it. I loved the like vintagey setting. I loved the camcorder and the Christmas decorations, and everything was so good. The only reason why I'm giving it a 4.5 instead of a 5 is because I think the ending wrapped up really well, but there was a moment right before the ending, like this few chapter little section, that just felt a little rushed. It felt like, okay, we gotta wrap it all up here now. I would rather things be left a little open-ended, or even left to wrap up more succinctly in the next book, rather than it being rushed like that. Especially the romance, like the gay little romance, like that just felt like it was glossed over and rushed over, and I was like, I know this isn't a romance and it's like not gonna be giving intentional relationship development, because also one or both of them are probably gonna die in the next book, but like that was too quick for me because I actually cared a little. So that was literally my only qualm, is I cared a little too much about the characters, which characters are supposed to be disposable in a slasher. They definitely were, but didn't stop me from loving it. Loved it so much. And it's a strong start to the vlog. My next book that I'm gonna pick up is Ghost Camera by Darcy Coates. This is about 2 girls who are tromping around through the woods, and they find a camera. When you take a picture with it, in the developed photo, you see a ghost behind you, and it keeps getting closer and closer and closer with every photo that is taken. I'm gonna start this and probably do some baking. I think I'm gonna make some chocolate peppermint muffins while I get this on audio so I can start it up, and I will let you know what I'm thinking. Hello vlog. I have the muffins in the oven and I am now off sprints, but I've still been just sitting here reading basically. I ended up finishing Ghost Camera, and I know you're probably like, what? This whole last book? No. Okay, so this is actually not what I thought it was. Ghost Camera, the story that I described to you, where the 2 girls find the camera and they are haunted, they're followed by these ghosts that show up in the photos. That was only the first 100 pages of this book. This is actually a short story collection, and it's really weird to me that it doesn't say like Ghost Camera and Other Stories or Ghost Camera, the short story collection, or anything like that. I noticed on the back, like, this is where it describes what is happening in the book, and then these little bullet points I thought were just like author blurbs. But then it says, it's full of rich bonus material. Ghost Camera contains even more chilling tales from Darcy Coates, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, wait, are there like bonus little stories in here? No. It's 250 pages of this book. That is not the story that I thought I was gonna get. I just did not think that this was a short story collection. There's no index at the beginning of this book at all to indicate it's a short story collection. It says Ghost Camera by Darcy Coates. No indication of short stories. It has an author's note where she talks about Ghost Camera and the importance of it. Then there's Ghost Camera chapter 1. Like, there's no like list out of the stories and what page they're on and da. Then we get 100 pages in, what I think is chapter 8 of this huge book. I flip the page and it says the end. And then there's a new story, Payment for the Dead. What? That's where I'm at with Ghost Camera. The first story was fine. It was fine. It was kind of giving, the way that I described it on Sprint was Bloomhouse horror movie. The dialogue was atrocious between the 2 best friends. Nobody actually talks like that. They were the most annoying girls on the planet. It was so like over the top, unrealistic, kitschy, dumb, but it was fun. And you know what? It was a fine time. But I guess I will get into the rest of the short story collection and let y'all know what I'm thinking. I am probably gonna read some more tonight, but I think for now, I just booked a late night yoga class for tonight, and I think before that, I wanna chill and watch something. So I think I'm gonna set up something on my projector, make some hot cocoa, have a couple muffins, and watch a little movie before I go to yoga tonight. Good morning vlog. It is the next day. I've just been working away. Luckily, a lot of the work that I've been doing, I could listen to my audio for Ghost Camera. So I actually read quite a few more stories in here. I think I read 5. 2 of them I really liked. One of them was very reminiscent of Stolen Tongues, and I was riveted. I was obsessed with it. I absolutely loved it. Another one was about like a Bloody Mary-esque kind of legend on a beach about a murdered girl, and I really liked that one too. The other 3 were just kind of forgettable, throwaway, and the thing that is just standing out so strong to me about Darcy Coates' writing is it literally reads like a Blumhouse horror movie. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, if you are a horror movie lover, hopefully you know what I'm talking about. It's like you kind of know what you're gonna get going into a Blumhouse horror movie. It might not be the best thing ever. It's definitely gonna be a little bit ridiculous and over the top and have creatures and things that do not just exist in reality, but it's gonna be like a fun time. You don't have to think too hard about it. And sometimes that really just works out. When the concept hits, it hits, but there's a lot riding on the concept because there's not often anything deeper to it. Something else that I noticed is the dialogue is a little bit cringe. So that's just a little gripe, but overall, I'm like thinking that it's fine at this point. I think I have like a little over 100 pages left, and that is just 2 stories. So these are kind of like medium length stories. Usually I like full-length novella that's like 150, 200 pages, or a short story that's like 10 or 20 pages. These are kind of like a mid-awkward length in the middle of that. And I feel like it's sounding like I'm not liking this book. I really am liking some of the stories in here, and I'm enjoying my experience listening to all of them. But yeah, there's just some things that I'm noticing. I am actually going to a soup party tonight. Very weird, very niche, I know. One of my old neighbors is like hosting a soup party. So 12 people are bringing 12 different soups, and we're all gonna go and sample all the soups and then do like prizes for the best soups. So I have to make a soup. I am making a pumpkin Gouda bisque. I have to start that up right now so it has time to simmer and emulsify and combine for the soup party tonight. I will be preparing that as I finish up the audio for Ghost Camera, and then I will let you know my final thoughts. Vlog. It is the next day, and soup night was so fun. Oh my god, it was such a success. I loved it. I loved that my friend had that idea and hosted that. It was so much fun. I'm also like integrating my boyfriend more into my friend group. He's coming to like events with me. It's very fun. I love it. I love him. I also have this Dibs on the Drummer t-shirt because my boyfriend is a drummer and he was making fun of me because I literally will tell everyone my boyfriend's a drummer. Like, I just think it's the hottest thing ever, and like he's so talented. I'm sorry, I'm gonna like gush a little bit because I'm so giddy. Like, how are you gonna be just like a super talented drummer and also like a super talented like horror author? And I'm obsessed with horror books and music, and he just like does that shit. Like, that's just what he I love this man. I love this man. So that's my shirt. And also I have a reading update for you because this is a reading blog. Dog with a blog. This is a reading vlog after all. I finished Ghost Camera. Honestly, the last one was worth it. Like, the last one was such a slay. It kind of reminded me of Incidents Around the House, and I really liked it. So I landed on a 3.5 out of 5 stars for the collection. I feel like it's a pretty decent collection if you want just no thoughts, head empty, straightforward horror. It's fun, it's entertaining, it's a little cheesy, kitschy vibes, but not bad at all. I really enjoyed it. So now we're getting into the last book of this vloggity vlog. It's Cold Snap. Let me go get it. So this is Cold Snap by Lindy Ryan. It's a horror novella about a woman and her husband actually dies putting up Christmas lights. So immediately, here are the vibes, here are the winter vibes. She decides, you know what? In my grief, I am not gonna just stick around here for Christmas. I'm gonna take my cat and my son and we're gonna go away and stay at a cabin for Christmas and just like process our grief and not have to be around people. And when they're there in this snowy, isolated cabin, they start seeing this moose-like figure. And the mom is like, it's just a moose. Like, we do be out here in the woods. Like, it's just a moose. But also, moose do not speak in her dead husband's voice. So maybe not a moose. I'm gonna get into it. I will let you know what I'm thinking. Hello vlog, it is later after dinner and I am a good little chunk into Cold Snap. I am a little over halfway through and it's really good so far. We like just in the last 20 pages got to the creature feature of it all. It reminds me a lot of Stolen Tongues mixed with, oh, that one Laurel Hightower book. It's the grief horror book by Laurel Hightower. It is that book meets Stolen Tongues. That is Cold Snap. And it's pretty good. It's moving at a pretty good pace. It is atmospheric. I like the characters. I like the family dynamic. I like that our main character is super unreliable. She is such an unreliable narrator. She's gone pretty much off the deep end following her husband's death. So we can't trust her. We don't know what she's seeing is real, if it's fake, whatever. We have no clue. I'm in it. I only have 50 pages left, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up tonight and I will give you my final review in the morning. Good morning vlog. It is the next day and we are gonna wrap this up here because I have finished Cold Snap. And you guys, this book went off the rails. The latter half of this book, I had to stop reading so many times, check in with myself, like, where are we? What is happening? Who is where? Who is what is anything? If you like that feeling in a horror book of losing yourself in space and time, you're going to like this book. It felt very accurate to the depiction of grief and of almost like PTSD that was represented by the traumatic loss our main character was feeling. However, although the feeling and the meaning of it was so well captured, I struggle with what actually was happening in the story. Regardless if that's important or not, I felt like I was kind of grasping at straws towards the end to figure out what was actually happening. Like, visually, I wasn't getting a lot. The descriptions were pretty repetitive, so I felt like there wasn't a lot of substance. I feel like this was mainly driven by feeling and metaphor, but really repetitive metaphor. So I feel kind of mixed on it, because while it was a really challenging, emotional, dark read and really wonderful grief horror, I don't feel like I understood the way with which it was being told, if that makes sense. Like, what actually happened at the end, I have no idea. Who are these characters and where are they left? I have no idea. So I went ahead and landed on a 3-star. I think there are amazing elements of this book, and then some kind of like muddy elements of this book that I wish were a little bit sharper. We're gonna stop the vlog here because we keep going downhill. We started out with a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really highly recommend Candy Cane Kills. Then we had Ghost Camera at a 3.5, which was pretty fun. And Cold Snap, I would say if you liked what I described, you will probably like this book. If you have an inkling some of that would annoy you, I don't know if I would recommend that you pick it up. But that is where we are going to leave it here with this Christmassy horror vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it and got a couple good recs. Thank you so much again for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to go to therapy and read a book this week, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another day of Happy Hailey Days. Bye!